All right, so thank you very much, Mr. Nazmul, for informing us and holding this orientation program. So, dear delegates, welcome on board for the credential Certified Corporate Accountant, which is a professional credential in the areas of finance and accounting. So, we will take around 30 to 45 minutes time altogether, and we have our resource person, one of our resource person, this course as well, Mr. Param. He will communicate. He will discuss about the detail of the modules or the curriculums. I mean, the learning outcomes. What will be the insights of this course? How this course will be benefited for your career? So these will be discussed by Mr. Param. And I will be talking about the institute's credential credibility as well as the course credibility and course assessment framework so that you can have a good understanding about this. So this is Rupak Zaidi working with World Academy. And I will take around 10 to 15 minutes time and I will be sharing a presentation as well. So let me share my screen. I'm sure you can see my screen. So welcome once again to World Academy. This course, this credential is being hosted by World Academy UK. Our main motto is shaping expertise, nurturing ambitions, and elevate your potential. We always beside the professionals to elevate their potential across the globe. We are ISO certified organization. We do have a couple of ISO certification, including the personal certification awarding bodies. These are the certifications from ISO, and that is our global landscape. Our presence is in 65 plus countries. We are proudly declaring that our presence, you will find us in more than 65 countries in the world, and the number is counting. And our mission 2030 is to reach 185 countries in the world. So, I mean, the largest professional certification institute in the world, that is our mission 2030. So we all are working hard for this, and we are really, really grateful to all the stakeholders, the trainers, the team members, the representatives, the partners, the collaborators, and of course, the participants or the delegates, those who are working, who are having courses with us. We expanded in the last 2 years very highly, and of course, this year that will be even double. We have 200 plus programs from academic to certified, collaborating with over 60 plus companies in the world. And our alumni size is 30,000 plus. And the number is also counting on every day because we have self-paced program. So every day some people could become the alumni for us. So 30,000 plus professionals across 65 countries are being connected with us. We have 132 instructors from around 10 plus countries, those all having 15 plus years experience in the industry parts. And 30% of our alumni holding the C-suite positions, I mean the senior level holder. And there are 95% course completion rate at the first attempt. And why it is the right choice for you? We believe that your choice is right because we do have a wide range of programs, 150 certified programs, 30 master's level programs. We have collaboration with a couple of universities for offering these master's and MBA programs. We do have 40 plus diploma level programs, 20 workshops we did in 2024 free at cost for our people. And we do have scholarships or corporate packages. We do have our learning management system, user-friendly learning management system through which you will be learning. And one of the very important part is that you will receive a badge, the digital badge issued by Credly.com. Credly is the one of the concern of Pearson Education Group, and this is the largest digital badge issuer organization in the world. And they are issuing badges for very, very renowned institutes or companies or organizations. That is our global affiliation. As I told earlier that we do have our presence in 65 plus countries. So what is our global affiliations? We are the member of American Accreditation Association, the approved center by Cambridge Academy of Professional. That means this course is also the validated by Cambridge Academy of Professional UK. We are the approved center by ProfQual UK, approved center by Board of HR Certification, and also the accreditation body also validated us. One is NOCN, another is NQual. Both are in UK based off qual regulated qualification awarding body. We are also approved provider of HRCI, SHRM, and ATD. All these three are from US, a very giant certification awarding body in HR. We are also HR, SHRM academically aligned institute. We have been accredited by International Professional Accreditation Council, which is a Singapore-based organization. We are the member for CPT Group UK and partner of Singapore Training and Development Association. We do have two other partner institute, KPA Specialist and Academy, Business English Academy. So these are our global affiliation. That is the code, Certified Corporate Accountant, validated by Cambridge Academy of Professional and World Academy jointly. So certification from joint initiative. And one of the very important feature for this course is also validated and quality assured by NOCN UK. NOCN is a off-qual regulated qualification awarding body. So this NOCN has also recognized and accredited this course. So if anyone is interested to take the certificate after completion of this course, certificate from NOCN also. One certificate you will be receiving from Cambridge Academy and World Academy. But if you need an additional certificate from NOCN, you need to pay $35 an additional payment. So with this $35 additional payment, you will receive an additional certificate, print digital certificate, which is NOCN issued certificate. And this is the digital badge you will be receiving from credly.com by Pearson. That is the sample certificate which you will receive automatically after successful completion from Cambridge Academy and World Academy. I told you earlier, I am repeating, this certificate, the fee is included here. If anyone needs the certificate from NOCN, only then they need to pay $35 extra. The success story, we have completed 3 batches till now, and 4th batch is starting. 102 professionals have completed CCA course from 14 countries. This course, this is the success story for this course. These are the organizations where our people are working. Our alumni are working with this organization. You see here the chartered accounting firms, the government organizations, the NGOs, the banks, and then whatnot. So in different countries, different types of organization, group of companies, manufacturing. So our alumni are working in different fields. The features for this course, there will be 10 session, 10 module, total 10 module and total 10 session, 4 months duration. You will get live online class like today. Class time is 2 to 4 p.m. GMT. The same time the class will be starting on every Saturday. Class is on every Saturday. And you will get the online exam facilities. And there will be curated class recording we will provide. The class will be recorded and that will be edited. And the important part of the class will be shared through your learning management system so that you can review it. Free books and materials you will find, live interaction through learning management system, live chat support, and also you will receive a complete handbook on Certified Corporate Accountant handbook that has been prepared by us, including or focusing on these 10 modules. So you will also receive that very important documents, which can be a reference documents for you in future. Any kinds of problem or issues relating with these 10 modules, probably you will find in this book, in this handbook. So that will be providing to you at the end of this program. Why you need to attend this CCA program? This job-oriented learning, focus on competency framework, extensive practice during the course, simulation exercises equipped with tools and formats. A couple of tools and formats we'll be also sharing with you, online live session and global resources from different countries. There will be 10 modules, 10 sessions, 2 hours each session. So total 20 hours instructor-led program. There will be 3 in-course assignment you need to submit. 3 in-course assignment. During the course period, there will be 3 assignment you need to submit. And also, there will be a final exam and 1 capstone project. Capstone project means a full-fledged covering all the modules. There will be a project work you need to do and you need to submit this. These are the modules: Introduction to Business and Accounts, Fundamentals of Corporate Accounting, Role and Functions of Accountant in Organization, Different Accounting Concept, Accounting of Capital, Financial Statement, Preparation and Analysis, Accounting Standards, Annual Report, Cash and Fund Flow Management, Audit, Control and Compliance. Now, you see the very, very important and covering major portion of the finance and accounting is there. Now, question is it possible to discuss in details for one module in 2 hours? Of course not. It is not at all possible. For a single one, suppose if I'm talking about this, where it is, accounting standard, there is a separate course for this, financial reporting standards. And it itself having 20 hours of instructor-led program. So that this module, the major part, the critical part will be discussed during the class. And maybe some other things you will find in the reference books, you will find in the materials, you need to learn self as well, because it is impossible. Suppose module 6, financial statement preparation and analysis. Analysis itself require me 40 hours of classes. So that if you think that everything will be discussed in these classes and you will learn from the scratch to the end, it is very tough to accommodate. So the thing is, major portion, the critical part, the challenging part, the most important issues, which one requires clarifications, that will be discussed during the class. Okay, and also you can ask questions, whatever in your mind. And our instructor will discuss about these modules insights later on. The assessment part, I told earlier also, there will be final exam is multiple choice question based final exam, MCQ based final exam, right? And 50 questions, 60 minutes time, 100 marks, passing marks is 70. And if anyone missed the exam or could not qualify in the first attempt, he or she can attend the second attempt without any further fees. That means one extra chance is there. For any attempt after 2, you need to pay amount, $15 only for the exam fee. Third onwards attempts. And in-course for assignment, there are pre-course assignment that is for learning purpose. No assessment is connected with this one. There will be in-course assignment. During the course, there will be 3 assignments. I told you earlier also, per assignment 100 marks, qualifying marks is 70%, and capstone project also. So the capstone project contains 300 marks and the qualifying marks is also 70%. And you need to pass, you need to qualify separately in the capstone, in the in-course assignment, and in the final exam. You need to qualify separately. That is the framework, assessment framework, pre-course assignment, no marks. In-course assignment 300, capstone project 300, final exam 100. There will be review and question answer parts, capstone projects, and curated class recording. I told you earlier. Opportunity to attend the makeup exam free at cost. Class material will be sharing within 1 or 2 days time. And class notification you will receive through the WhatsApp group. Sometimes due to trainer's emergency or some other issues, class may be postponed. If it is, it will be scheduled on the next week, not any other day. Make sure, I repeat, class will only be on Saturday. Attendance will be recorded so that during the session you need to use your full name so system can detect yourself. And sometimes class may not be conducted through the sequence of the module because the modules is independent. So we will try to comply, but in some cases it can be altered. Electronic certificate you will receive within 1 to 2 weeks after the grades are published. Digital badge along with the electronic certificate. Printed certificate we usually issued 4 times in a year. So if your course completed say in August, and the next available slots you will be receiving your certificate. And we will send your certificate to your country, to yourself, without any further fees. And as I told earlier, to get certificate from NOC and UK, you need to pay additional $35. That is an extra if you need extra certificate. So in 4 days, we will be completing pre-course assignment starting from tomorrow. The class will be on 31st of May, right? 31st of May. Is that 17, 30? Yes, 31st of May. And in the second phase, you need to attend the classes, regular basis, submit the assignments. And the phase 3 final exam and capstone projects, and phase 4 is the certification part. So these are the 4 phases for this credential. Okay. So Nazmul is our participant. Previous participants available. Naftal, are you there?
Hello. Yes,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. And how about
Wonderful.
you?
Yeah, fine. Thank you very much. Dear delegates, we have
Yeah.
requested one of our previous delegate, those who completed this course. We want to listen from him how the course is, how he is benefited, etc. Please, Naftal.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. I was parking here because I was listening for the session during. I'm driving. I'm come from church. I'm here with my boys. Yeah.
Great.
Hello, everybody. Okay. So my name is Naftal Nyamushwe. I'm from Mozambique. So I'm so sorry for my speech. My English is not good enough, but I think I can communicate. So I like the course. Okay. I challenged myself enrolling on the CCA because I like this, and I'm a finance advisor working at IPAS in Mozambique. So why do I enroll here myself? Because I want to improve my career, and I look at your program as important to give me more confidence in finance. Okay, and I'm happy because the program is very nice. The trainers have a lot of patience with us. They deliver the knowledge, and after the session, we have material on the platform where we can download, and we can review and prepare the lesson. And one more thing I like it, it's the interaction with the trainers and the student or participant. Okay, the trainers are not only just deliver the information, but they are looking for the interaction with the student, where we can share our experience from our countries, from our companies or organization. Okay, so yeah, that's amazing, and I'm very happy for that. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, and we are really very happy with your feedback. And we apologize that you are driving, but still we invited you for this feedback
No,
session.
no
It's okay.
problem. No,
Thank you.
yeah, okay,
Thank you very
great.
much for
Yeah,
your cooperation.
thank you.
All right, so dear delegates, I'm sure that you understand how the course has been incredible for career growth and then learning part as well. And of course, it helps the persons to improve, to enhance, to uplift the career as well, and also the learning part as well. So far regarding the fees, one person was asking probably it's $460, right, Nazmul? This is $460 the course fee. And the scholarship, yes, actually that is the discounted offer. The regular price is around $600. So that part is the under the scholarship scheme. So all right, thank you very much once again for giving me the opportunity and listening me with a very full intention. Now I'm going to hand over to our resource person, Mr. Param, for explaining what are the learning insights or the learning points from this course. Sir, please.
Okay, thank you, Rupak. Let me share my screen, yeah.
Please.
First of all, good evening to all of you. I hope you can hear me very clearly and be able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
All right, great. Yeah. Okay. My name is Param. Yeah. So I'm one of the trainers for this program itself, CCA, Certified Corporate Accountant. Yeah. So without wasting much time, let me just get straight into it. Basically, this is called the professional certification program. Okay, and it allows you to, as an individual, to equip yourself with knowledge and skills of corporate accounting, finance reporting, financial management. Okay, so what I will do is, without looking at the introduction too much, when I go through the details of the modules itself, then you can have a better idea of what will be covered within this program itself. Okay. A quick introduction of myself. Param, I'm basically an accountant. I've worked for many years. I've worked locally in Malaysia. I'm from Malaysia. I worked in Singapore. I worked in Indonesia. My core areas are supply chain, finance accounts, project management, change management, service management, ITIL. Okay, my career has spanned across multinationals, which include Prime, Franklin, Pete Mawick, of course, the accounting firm, Philip Morris, which is the tobacco firm, Compact Malaysia, and HP's Singapore, and also Reuters, yeah, the news agency. So that's a brief introduction of myself. Okay, I'm one of them. Let's look at the program module, yeah. So basically, you're looking at the corporate accounting, CCA, certified corporate accounting. So it will consist of 10 modules here. One is the introduction to business and accounts, fundamentals of corporate accounting, role and functions of an accountant in an organization, different accounting concepts, accounting for capital, financial statement preparation and analysis, okay, accounting standards, and annual report, module 8, cash and fund flow management, module 9, and the last module is audit, control, and compliance. Okay, as Rupak mentioned, we will not be able to cover all these things because each of these modules by themselves are actually a course in themselves, yeah. However, there will be sufficient material to cover so that you understand the various modules. So let's move on to the content of the module. Okay, the first module, Introduction to Business Accounts. What you look at is you find and understand what is the definition of business here and the types of business, the trading, manufacturing, service industry. Okay, there are different types of businesses. What are the objectives of the business entity? Primary objective, of course, when we look at businesses, is actually to sell product and services and earn a profit. Yeah. So what is the need for accounting in the business? Okay, how do you actually record all your transactions, for example? So this is what will be covered in this module. And then we will also look at the users of the financial information, or otherwise called stakeholders. That means it could be the management, investors, lenders, the employees themselves. Okay, we'll explore and what is their interest in looking at financial statements. Okay, and then of course you have a quick introduction to the double entry standard system, which forms the basis of financial accounting itself. So this is what will be covered in module 1 itself. Now the actual content may vary in terms of details, yeah, that you have to bear with it. So when the trainer who does the particular module will emphasize on certain areas that are important within the module itself. So let's look at module 2, yeah, fundamentals of corporate accounting. Basically, we look at key features of corporate entities, okay. We will look at things like share capital, debentures, and reserve, okay. We will look at accounting for issues of shares and debentures. We look at the basic financial statements for companies, okay, and then we look at dividends and retained earnings. So these are what will be covered within module 2 under fundamentals of corporate accounting itself, okay. So let's look at module 3, okay, role and functions of an accountant in an organization. I mean, this must be very close to your heart, okay. As an accountant, you play a strategic, of course, an operational role. I mean, making sure that you are in tune with the management so that you can advise them when the company sets up the strategic objectives and goals of the organization itself. And of course, you will also be involved in the operational activities. Yeah, that means to actually prepare, record the financial transactions, and actually prepare and analyze the financial transactions. Okay, your key things is your record keeping and compliance to standards and regulatory requirements. Okay, so you will also have a role in looking at the financial reporting component based on the standards that are provided, like IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, and you also do analysis. Okay, so you'll have things like ratio analysis, trend analysis. Okay, then you'll also be introduced to what is budgeting, planning, and cost control. Yeah, which is a very key element as the role of an accountant. Okay, because that's something that you do within any organization as an accountant. Yeah. Okay, and of course, you also play a role in supporting the audit and tax matters, okay, because there are external auditors who have to look at the financial statements and see how you prepare them. So you play a key role in advising those people and explaining the reasons how you have treated certain transactions and why you have treated certain transactions so that you don't get any qualification from the auditors itself, okay. So let's look at module 4, different accounting concepts. Okay, here is where you look at some of the key concepts that are applied for accounting transactions. Bear in mind that basically the accounting concepts are the essence for under which financial statements are prepared. So all financial statements, if you look at it, which includes balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement, are prepared on the basis of certain accounting concepts like going concern. So you will get an understanding, an example of what is going concern, what is a business entity concept, what is the difference between accrual basis and cash basis accounting. Okay, then you look at things like matching principles so that your revenues and expenses are appropriately matched, and so that your transactions or your whatever that is reflected in your balance sheet and P&L is properly reflected. Okay, and then you look at the prudence and consistency so that when you apply accounting concepts or when you apply accounting methods, you have to be consistent. And then prudence is we always take as an accountant, you need to take a conservative view of the transactions here. You don't overstate your assets and you don't understate your liabilities, for example. So these various accounting concepts will be covered within this module itself. Okay, so accounting for capital is another important topic. Okay, meaning and types of capital. I mean, you have equity, capital, debt, and reserves. Bear in mind that the capital structure of the company is made up of equity and debt, for example. So what component is made up of equity? What component is made up of debt? What is the optimal ratio of the capital structure of the company itself? How do you calculate the cost of capital, for example? Okay, then you need to you'll also be able to understand how to differentiate between capital and revenue transactions, for example. Okay, then you will of course be introduced here to some journal entries for capital transactions. What are the types of entries that you need to make to record capital transactions. Okay. How you treat owners' capital in drawings? What happens? Is there an increase in the shareholders' equity if there's drawings that take place? Okay, so in context, we need to look at it both from a point of an individual sole proprietorship and also a company. Okay, so what happens? What's the impact of the on the financial statement itself? Okay, module 6, we look at the financial statements and preparation analysis. Okay, it's a very important module. Okay, so you look at the components of the financial statements, which are actually mandated by regulatory requirements and also by the International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS. Okay, so you consist of the balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow. You'll understand what the content of these financial statements are. Okay, so you start with the preparation steps from the trial balance statement. That's where you start off. Okay, then you will do some vertical and horizontal analysis. Okay, sometimes you look at it. When you carry out trend analysis, you look at periods. How is the transaction move? For example, has my sales improved from the last year to the current year? What is the amount of movement that has taken place, or what is the percentage of change that has taken place? So there, the concepts of vertical and horizontal analysis will be introduced so that you can understand exactly how to do this analysis. Okay. Then, of course, you will be also introduced to basic ratio analysis. Yeah, basic ratio analysis actually covers the concept of liquidity. Liquidity is the ability of the organization to meet in short-term obligations. Yeah, profitability to see how profitable an organization. Solvency is long-term to see whether the business is sustainable or not. Okay, so this you will be introduced to the various ratios that are calculated. You'll be introduced to the formulas that are used. You'll be given examples and practical examples so that you know that this is real and not something very theoretical. Yeah. So looking at module 7, accounting standards. Okay, this one slightly different here. Accounting standards basically you will understand the purpose and importance of accounting standards. The difference between accounting standards and accounting concepts is accounting concepts are something that are used for the basis of preparing the financial statement. Accounting standards are rules and regulations that you need to adopt to prepare the financial statement. So if you're a company, okay, particularly if you're a public listed company, you will be required to conform to the International Financial Reporting Standards, and then you'll be, of course, introduced to different things like GAAP, which is called Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, which is basically applicable in the US. International Financial Reporting Standards, basically about more than 180 countries subscribe to the International Financial Reporting Standards. So if you are a financial organization, particularly a public listed company or a large corporation, you need to conform to the standards. So there are various standards there about. If you look at the International Accounting Standards, which is prescribed by the IFRS, there are about 41 of them. Okay, so you go through, like I said, we will cover very quickly what they mean so that you understand that. But as Rupak mentioned earlier, standards by itself is it's a more program by itself. Yeah. So you look at some of the key concepts. Yeah. For example, what is revenue? What is leases? How do you treat a financial lease? How do you treat an operating lease? What is the meaning of impairment? How do you treat impairment? Okay. So where does impairment apply? Does it apply to your fixed assets, or does it apply to your intangible assets, for example? So you will understand why that happens and how to apply them. Okay, and of course you look at the regulatory bodies, which like the International Accounting Standards Board and the IRF Foundation, which is actually responsible for issuing standards. Yeah, so initially, when in the earlier stages, they used to issue what is called IAS, the International Accounting Standards. Now, after 2011, they have it is now controlled by the International Accounting Standards Board, ISB, and all standards that are issued by the ISB will carry the abbreviation IFRS. Yeah, so there are various standards that you can. Okay, but bear in mind that the IAS is still in existence until and unless the IASB decides to replace or supersede that standard itself. Okay, module 8, you look at the annual report. Okay, so this is particularly applicable to companies that are public listed. So you look at the structure of the annual report, what it contains, what is the content of the director's report, what is the content of the auditor's report, how do you analyze the auditor's report, okay, and of course, how do you look at the financial statements that are reported within the annual report of any business organization itself. Okay, so you look at things like key disclosure policies, which are part and parcel of the content of an annual report of any company. particularly public listed company. Yeah, so you look at issues like corporate governance, look at risk management, what are the exposures that they have, what is the forecast of the directors as far as sustainability is concerned, for example. Okay, then what is the importance of the annual report for stakeholders? Stakeholders are anybody, yeah, lenders, it can be the internal management, it can be external parties like the venture capitalists who lend you money, the banks who lend you money, okay, so that it allows them to make decisions based on the information that they obtain from the content of the financial statement, so that they can carry out their own performance reviews of the financial statement. They will carry out their own analysis, basically, that's what I'm saying, okay. So you will look at some of the analysis of real world reports. So you'll be given examples of actual public listed companies so that you can know exactly what it looks like. And then you can have, of course, a comparison if you work for a small organization and see what it is. In terms of content, they are not going to be different, but this is a requirement for public listed companies. Yeah. So if you look at module 9, you look at cash and fund flow statement to understand the difference between the both of them. There is a differentiation. Okay, then you look at the differentiation, how are they applied, for example. Okay, and then how is this statement, yeah, the fund flow statement, the cash flow statement important for in business operation. So you look at issues like liquidity management. Do you have sufficient cash for you to be able to run your business, okay, and continue with your operations? Are you able to pay your salaries, for example? And then, of course, you need to make investment decisions. Yeah, whether I want to go and look at project A or project B. So there's some element of investment analysis that's carried out. Okay, then you will understand the preparation of the financial statements, like the cash flow statement in this case. So you will learn how the methods of preparing the cash flow statement. There are two, basically, direct and indirect methods for the preparation of the financial statement itself. Okay, then you look at the analysis here. So you look at things like trend analysis, okay, so that you can assess to see how the company has moved, as I mentioned earlier to you, from this from the current year to the previous year. So you can compare them and see whether the company is growing, is it sustainable, is it expanding. So all that information is contained within the cash flow statement itself. So when you look at the content of the cash flow statement, you will understand what I'm exactly saying. Okay, and lastly, not the least important, but equally important, is the audit, control, and compliance. Okay, so you need to understand the definition and purpose of an audit. Why does an audit have to take place? In most cases, it is a regulatory requirement. Okay, so for example, in Malaysia, if you register a company under the Companies Act, you need to appoint an auditor who is an external auditor, for example. Okay, so what are the types of audits that are there? Internal audit. Large organizations have an internal audit department, which helps them control their transactions because they have various departments. Okay, so look at what are the controls that I need to exercise, for example, in terms of cash flow. What are the controls that I need to exercise in terms of receivables? Okay, and what do I, for example, or procurement, for example. Okay, and of course, there's external audit. Things like I said, it's required regulatory requirements. So you carry out external audit. So you as an accountant play an important role in this process. And of course, there are sometimes called statutory audits, which are like tax audits that are carried out. You know, the tax authorities will come and investigate and find out and validate whether the information that you have actually submitted to the tax authorities are correct. Okay, so then you need to provide them with all the sufficient documentation necessary. Okay, so you will have a little focus on the internal control systems. Basically, you will look at things like policy, procedures, and controls, which actually govern or dictate the internal control systems. Okay, that means you need to have a policy for anything. For example, as simple as your petty cash. How is petty cash to be issued to somebody? How is petty cash to be reimbursed? How is petty cash to be accounted for? These are some of the things that you need to look at. Okay, so and you need to be your attention needs to be drawn to the importance of regulatory compliance, because if you don't comply with the regulatory requirements, there are penalties, fines that you need to pay, or even if the government or the authority, for example, the tax authority might decide to close your business. Okay, so these are basically the 10 modules that we talked about. The content, like I said, the details may vary in terms, but in general, this is basically what will be given to you in terms of the content of the module itself. Okay, so then you also understand what is your role as an accountant, yeah, in the audit support process itself. What role do you play so that you can understand exactly your functional, which is covered in one of the modules earlier. Now, having explained the 10 modules in very briefly, what are you going to get out of it? Yeah, what am I going to be getting out of this? If I were an individual and if I were to attend this course, what do I get out of it? Okay, so this is covered under learning outcomes. Yeah, so basically, you will understand business and accounting basics. Right? That is very important. Yeah. So you have foundation knowledge of accounting principles, business structure. Okay. Sole proprietorship companies. Okay. Partnerships. Okay. Their financial implications. Okay. So you actually develop an understanding of the terminology that will be used. What is asset? What is liability? What is short term? What is long term? Okay. So these are the things, and how do they support the decision making and performance evaluation of an organization. So you get a comprehension of all of this. Okay. And of course, you will be, since you'll be exposed to corporate finance, okay, you will fine-tune your corporate financial skill. Okay. Corporate finance analyst normally plays who's of course the basic training is in accounting. Okay. So that he says, how do I analyze and prepare these financial statements? Okay. So like balance sheet, income statement, and how do I actually show them to the management to make the decisions, or the external people who will use the information that is contained in there. Okay, so like I mentioned to you earlier, you have a strategic role and an operational role. Yeah, so strategic role is that you will contribute to the strategic goals that the management set for your organizations in terms of financial planning, in terms of risk management. What kind of risk am I exposed to? Is there a credit risk? Is there a financial risk? So all kinds of risks. How do I mitigate those risks, for example? So okay, so that I can improve my operational efficiency. So you get insights into the daily responsibilities, which of course includes bookkeeping, which could be a very mundane activity. Okay, and how to actually ensure that you comply with not only the regulatory requirements, and how do you comply with the standards. Yeah. And for application of accounting principles. So because you will be given a module on accounting principles, so you understand some of the key principles. What does accrual mean? Okay. And based on accrual, how do I prepare my financial statements? What does consistency mean? Okay. How do I apply it in my business transactions? Why is there such a thing called consistency? Okay. Or prudence. Why is it do I need to be conservative as an accountant? Okay, so like I said, don't overstate your assets, don't understate your liabilities. Okay, so you will learn how to understand this, and so that you ensure transparency in the financial reporting process. Okay, and which will of course impact the organization decision making. Okay, then you'll explore the context. Like I told you, there's one module on capital. So you'll need to look at what is the capital structure of the organization. Like I told you, the capital structure consists of basically equity, which is capital that you raise from your issuing shares to your shareholders. And also you have debt. That means you have money that you're borrowing either from the bank or the venture capitalist, for example. Okay. So you will actually develop skills of how to understand this capital management, this one, how to calculate, for example, the cost of capital, and which is my alternative. Okay, should I borrow or should I raise capital by way of issuing share? Okay, so and then what is my optimal capital structure that I need to adopt? So these are some of the things that you pick up. Of course, you look at financial statement preparation, how to prepare the fundamental financial statements, which consists of the balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statement, and the statement of changes in equity. Okay, and then how do I analyze it? So what's the basis of my analysis? What are the ratios that I need to apply, and how do I interpret those ratios? Okay, and what do I do with the ratios after I've calculated it? So you'll be exposed to this kind of issues, so that you can understand, okay, if I calculate a ratio, I must compare it with my competitor ratio, for example. Okay, and ratios also give you an insight into how the internal management of the company is performing. So you get an appreciation of all of this when you pick up these modules here. And of course, you'll understand the implementation of accounting standards. Like I told you, IFRS, which is the International Financial Reporting Standards, GAAP is generally accepted accounting principles, which are US based. Okay, and other global standards to ensure consistent financial reporting. Okay, and how to apply them. That's the most important thing in the context of a transaction. How do I apply, for example, IAS 1? What does IAS 1 prescribe? Okay, how do I make sure that I don't violate the prescriptions that are stipulated in, for example, the International Accounting Standards 1, which is for the preparation of financial statements? Will I get a qualification from the auditors if I don't conform to what is stipulated there? Okay, so these are the things that you will learn and appreciate. Okay. So I have reached the end of my briefing or my session, and in terms of explaining, if you do have any specific questions, please feel free to ask me within any of the modules that I've just described, and also an appreciation of what you will learn out of attending these modules. I've conducted these modules before, so I find that it's very useful for students who want to get an appreciation and an understanding, and of course become a certified professional. Okay, so I'll stop now, and if there are any specific questions, I'll be more than willing to answer them. All right, thank you very much for your patience. I'm done, Rupak or Najmul. Any questions you may have? Anyone? One of the things that we encourage in our training session is to participation by the attendees, yeah, so that we know that we are heading in the right direction, and the participants also have an appreciation of what has been discussed in the module, because for 2 hours you'll be listening to a trainer, for example. Okay. All right, so I will stop here for the time being, and I will stop the share. If there are any specific questions, you can ask me. I can refer to the slide. I'm done, Najmul.
Yes, thank you, sir, for your well explanation. I request our participants, if you have any questions, any kind of question, please ask.
Thank you so much. My name is Mahabub. Not a question. I think this is well articulated and is well presented. So not at this moment. Hopefully, when the overall classes will be started, and then definitely we have questions, and there will be interaction between the trainer and also the student. So yeah, this is nicely present. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for your feedback.
Thank you, Mahabub sir, for your cooperation. Let me announce another important information. We'll start our first session from 31st of May. Let me share the flyer also.
I will stop share.
Yes, I'm already shared the posting flyer to our chat box. If you feel the course is worthy and its value, so please share the flyer on your social media, so that we can get some more participants. And also we'll notify in our group. Anthony sir, you have any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Hello, I'm Anthony. I don't know, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, is it compulsory that you have to attend all the classes before the end of the course? Because some of us sometimes work even on Saturdays, and there are sometimes maybe you have some things that will limit you not to attend the class, or you have some challenges. So maybe later you go and listen to the tutorials if there's an assignment, or maybe you are in the group, you interact, then you respond. So is it compulsory that you have to attend all the classes from the first session to the last session?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your nice question. Actually, sir, we encourage our participants to try to join all the sessions. But if you are not able to join, so we already notified you that we shared the carted version of the video, the class initial video. So you can also cover your study from there. But we
Okay,
appreciate if you
that's nice.
join the every class.
Yeah, yes. But sometimes you have some challenges. Like for us, I'm working. So when I have a month-end closure, sometimes I'm an accountant presently working. So I'm also working on Saturdays. And so if sometime I will not be opportune, not that I don't want to attend, but if I miss the class, I will go again, listen to the tutorials, then try to catch up to the classes. So that's it. But I will attend is a priority for me.
Yes, I understood. I think you also get your answer.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question, please?
I think that was all from my side.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm Enoch Madu from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I thank you for the comprehensive session. The presentations were quite clear. Yeah, I commend you. But I was asking if what modalities will you use to send us the handbooks and the materials that you've promised?
Yes. For today's orientation session, we'll share the recording to our YouTube channel. I already provide the YouTube channel link in our chat box. And for our sessions, we have a very handy LMS software, LMS web panel. You can download the material from there. And we also share the guideline also.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Samsung A23 sir, I think you are muted.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
I really appreciate for a tremendous explanation. My name Rubenton from South Sudan.
Nice to meet you.
I pleasure to meet you. Then I'm also very happy with the tremendous explanations from Premise. And when I was going through your course catalog last time, I find it is a very interesting course, and also appreciate the program. But once again, in the places, especially South Sudan, where the internet is very low, I'm told you have your representative in Tanzania, Uganda, and you do not have a representative in South Sudan. Kindly, can you also extend your program? At least you may have a representative in the area, especially in Juba, not other places, but within Juba itself.
Sir, actually, our authority is trying to do. So hopefully, you will get the good news very soon.
That is awesome, because I interacted with some of the students, especially not from the same course, but from other courses within the same program, and one of them is within Juba here, but is not a representative. Is someone who is he came here to work, and sometimes is helping, and especially the mode of payment is a little bit challenging. Until I had to connect with him and pay the money through his account, and has to now to swipe and transfer the money now to Bangladesh, which was a little bit challenging. But if someone would have been here to facilitate on the ground, it would have been better.
Sure, sir, sure. We'll try. If anyone haven't any question regarding the regarding the program, so our honorable trainer can leave. Anyone have any question regarding the program?
So hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Joshua Peter Bewa, currently in Liberia. I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Krishna, for the overview. For the course overview. Yeah. So in the earlier part of our introduction, we were told that the course itself cannot be dealt into in-depthly because of the time frame that we are using to go through some of these course outline. So I think some of us have already mentioned it in the comment below that we are requesting that if this course outline can be made to us available today, so this will give us like an advantage to start in our own time going through them in depth, so that once we start going through this module on a course by course basis, we might have been in that kind of a better position to be able to delve into it accordingly. So my request here is that the overview that you've just given us, module by module, I would like to ask whether it can be made available to us today. Thank you.
I think it was Mr. Ruben who actually asked the question. Sorry, this is Tawhid from World Academy. I hope everyone is okay. Actually, I wasn't clear with the question. Yes, we are trying to squeeze the curriculum in 4 months, and it's a very comprehensive part of the modulation. And our trainer is also, basically, he also is going to conduct the training in that way. That is going to cover the modulations that we've mentioned. Definitely going into details won't be the right solution, because that part you can actually do some self-study and learn it. If you have any questions in that case, you can always come back to the next class and ask the trainer about your question. I think that would, because we keep a question answer sessions after every sessions is complete. At the end, we have a question answer session. At that time, you can ask your question to the trainer. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question, please.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Please, my name is Aaron from Ghana.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice meeting you too. And please, in the presentation, I heard that the classes is likely to start on the 31st of May.
Yes.
Yes, please. And unfortunately on that day, I may not be available, but I'm asking if the presentation will be recorded so that those who will not be able to participate can, have access to.
So we already answered to this question, but I'm going to do it again. Even if you miss a class, what we do is we're going to give you the shorter version of the recording, right? So the class recording will be available, but it's going to be a shorter version, so that you can get a gist of what the module was talking about, what it was covering. All those things will be available on the learning management system. That's where you will get the module. But that doesn't mean that we're going to encourage you to miss classes. We would really encourage you to attend the classes as much as possible, because it's a very professional course. You have the opportunity to interact with a professional trainer, and you have that take the most out of it. Ask questions, solve your problems through that. That's the only advice we can give from our institution. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tawhid,
yes, sir.
I just want to check something here.
Yes, sir.
Apart from the video that you'll provide, you'll also send the materials to the.
Of course. Okay, of course, the materials will be there. Along with the class materials, there will be shorter version of the class recording.
Yeah. So there are two components.
Yeah.
One is the material.
There are two
one
components.
Is the video.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Tawhid.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I was saying I have a question.
Yes, please.
Okay, my name is Robert Momo from Liberia.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you. My question is, I am an accountant. I work with international organizations, and personally, I worked with national organizations. I worked as a chief accountant for a microfinance institution.
Okay.
And this institution is being monitored by the central bank area that requests a particular format in which we give reports, financial reports. Specifically, my question is from the last lecture of discussion, Model 6, where it talks about financial statement and preparation of analysis. financial statement preparation of analysis.
Okay, financial
So
statement of preparation and analysis. Okay.
so with this tools over all of it, because some of us, like the former institution I work for, the manner and form in which we used to give report is quite different from the reporting procedure outlined by the Central Bank of Liberia.
Okay.
So is there a difference in this preparation of financial analysis? Is there a difference between the preparation of the financial analysis based on the institutional basis?
Okay, as far as I understood, the volume was a bit noisy, but if I repeat, it's something that the practices you're doing in your local country, is it that are we gonna do the same thing or not? Like the formats, the techniques of presenting or analyzing the financial statement, will it be according to a particular country? I think Param sir can answer this. It's going to be more about IAF or something, International Accounting.
Okay. Let me explain. Yeah.
Yes, please.
So essentially, the content or the material that we presented, basically, we will cover what will be subscribed or prescribed by the International Financial Reporting Standards or regulatory authorities. Okay, so our focus is for public listed companies and large corporations. Okay, however, like I said, if you are working for a NGO or a non-profit organization or non-government organization, okay, there is nothing wrong in adopting the standards, but basically the standards don't apply to non-government organizations and non-profit organizations.
So I hope that answers your question. Is any other questions for Param sir? If there's none, then I'll request Mr. Param to take the lead. Yes, Anthony.
So my question is, what is the difference between this certified corporate accountant and that of the ACCA? So what are some of the differences and what are some of the similarities in terms of certifications? Because generally when you talk about accounting, even when you are applying for a job, you see they will ask you that, no, do you have an ACCA? So do you think that this CCA can also be like an option for an ACCA in case you are in the ask you for ACCA for a particular position or a job, but you said I have CCA.
Okay.
Is it commensurable?
All right. Param sir, would you like to explain, like he's asking if the difference between ACCA and CCA? Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, let me explain. Yeah, if you do a program on ACCA, you will actually go through the various stages of learning how to become a professional accountant, and you can register as a qualified accountant. That means you will have the initial stages and right up to the end stages. So you go through, okay, and normally if you do it, if you're super duper smart, you can probably finish it in 2 years. If you're a bit slow, you can probably finish it in 4 years, but ACCA allows you to finish the program in 7 years. Bear in mind that this is a certificate program, yeah, a certificate professional program. That means this is a program that is given to people who have working experience within the finance industry itself, but do not have any appropriate qualifications to say that they do that. So this kind of qualifications that you do, like the CCA, will help support your role in your organization that you're playing. But so in terms of content, there's of course a fundamental. You like I told you, this course is a 20-hour course, yeah. Okay, so which is 2 hours of 10 modules, which is 20 hours. Your CCA program minimum for you to finish your ACCA program will be at least 2 years. Did I explain the difference?
Oh, that's a lot of difference, of course, of course. I hope that answers the question. All right. Any other questions that, any questions? Anthony, sir, I think we hope we've answered the question.
Yes, yes, you
All right. Thank you.
answered
Thank you.
the question.
Thank you. Thank you for confirmation. All right. I think we have taken enough questions. If you guys need anything else to know about, please contact the representative who has shared this link with you. And of course, there are enrolled participants, I believe, and they will get the information on the WhatsApp group. Any updates that would be for the course will be available on the WhatsApp group. And I wish you the very best of luck with the program. And thank you, Mr. Param, for conducting the session. Really appreciate
We are
it,
not in
sir.
the WhatsApp group, sorry.
Yeah, the
We have
person
not
who
been
has
added.
actually enrolled, completed the enrollment process, is actually added to a WhatsApp group.
So what
And
is the process to complete the enrollment? What's the next process? Because some of
okay,
us have done the
all right.
registration.
So, Sir Anthony, I think you can contact the representative who gave you this link for today's orientation. He will actually guide you how to get into the WhatsApp group, because it requires you to first complete the enrollment and then create an account in your learning management system, and then you'll get the access to the WhatsApp group. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All
Yeah,
right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So good luck, everyone. And thank you very much. Thank you, Param, sir.
Yep, yep.
We will hope all these participants who has joined today will be joining this group, this cohort.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Tawhid.
much.
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
everybody. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Nazmul. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, the team.
Thank you, sir. You're most welcome.
Great.
Have a good weekend.
You're most welcome, sir. Hope to see you guys joining the cohort soon. Bye-bye.
Indeed. Bye-bye.